Welcome to HOK's DC office.
Thank you so much.
We have been in this space for 25 years, I think.
Yeah.
It originally was a department store, Conrad's, because right next door is the canal, and then there's the old Georgetown Park Mall. So we're literally right in the heart of Georgetown, which, of course, lots of architectural design firms around here and fabulous. But it is a working office. We have probably about 150 people in the office.
Sure.
So a lot of our projects that we have worked on over the years, you're going to see, kind of the studio is very, very open. And then one of the things that we're really proud of, we talked about like branding and like, what are you proud of? All of our projects.
Yes.
Just the details, design excellence, things that the firms stand for are really kind of on full display. We design buildings all over the world, so we'll be able to share that and show that to people. And then up here, you're going to see some of the spaces where we really start to zone in on giving people opportunities to have different types of settings.
Right.
So whether it's an open studio where our teams are working together, and this, of course, is the designers, so we're front and center, and this is a working studio. So designers lots to have lots of stuff on display. So on the far wall, you can kind of see some of the projects that we're actively working on. And then this is where the teams are coming together, all of our things that are going into our projects. It's a great kind of working environment for everybody.
So this is a very open, collaborative space, right? The
Very
energy
open,
in the
collaborative.
space is like
Spaces that you can pop off to
Right.
the side. And then we do a lot of meetings, a lot of presentations, so a lot of areas where people can come and meet that aren't necessarily closed in. We can reconfigure these spaces as needed to really kind of meet whatever that need might be. And then you have these little spaces that are also set up so that people can focus and work. And you can see when we come over here that you're going to have some of the spaces, again, for the team to be able to come together.
Yeah.
But it's also really specifically designed so that there's opportunities for people to either have open, quiet space, or they can go into these spaces that they need a little bit more sound, or just pop off to the side.
Yeah.
Right? So this is kind of the center of everything.
Yeah.
Right? You can see down into the architectural studios on the lower level. That's how we get so many people in this space.
Yes, right.
Two floors.
There's a secret basement full of other people.
And you can see
down
all
there.
the way kind of through. So it's a really big connectivity. So when we have team meetings, this is kind of the landing. This is where everybody kind of comes and we're together, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And then you can see all kinds of special things, acoustic treatments that we have.
Lots of consideration given to noise.
Yes,
So,
because architects can be really loud and noisy.
Right.
Anytime you design an open space, you really have to think about that. And part of that is we want a little bit of energy or buzz. We want our teams to be able to connect and to talk to each other.
Right.
But we also have to be able to have opportunities where you might have to have a private conversation.
Yeah.
And we don't want it to reverb all the way through the space.
Sure.
And the people downstairs don't necessarily want to hear what everybody upstairs is talking about, et cetera, right?
It seems like the downstairs is a more focused, quiet kind of atmosphere.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can kind of choose the level of engagement.
And this is all very carefully curated and considered.
Yeah.
How important is it to the firm to have its kind of its workings out on display, when you're talking to your clients, explaining these concepts?
Yeah, so architects and designers it's kind of an apprenticeship model. We learn from each other and from osmosis and being together. So having an open studio where we can really connect with each other is important. Because I don't think there's a single time that I'm in the office and I don't hear somebody saying something. I said, oh, we just worked on a project that was just like this. Let me share, right? On this landing area, you also kind of had, this is where the sustainability and planning team is. So I think it's really appropriate for them to have the green wall in the background. We're designing cities and master plans for new developments all around the world. So you can see some of the projects up on the wall, but and having that space where they can all come together and gather is really, really important for the team.
And something like the green wall, which feels like decoration, it actually has a kind of functional purpose as well.
Absolutely, right? It helps with air.
Yeah.
And it helps with acoustics.
Yeah.
Right? And there's lots of elements of biophilia, even looking out the windows and just kind of seeing, the canal outside or the brick walls, or just feeling part that we're connected with the city, the brick, all of those things is really important. And the stone. So, great.
Excellent.
So you talked about it being open. but there are private conversations, right? So
Yes.
this is really accessible for people to be able to just to pop in here and be able to take a phone call if they need to, or to have a kind of that private conversation, but you don't feel too boxed in. And then we've got spaces here that are really accessible for the team that, you know, kind of have a little bit of acoustic treatment on the top, kind of help direct it,
Yeah.
but also kind of help people feel a little bit more nestled in. So you can sit here and you can project things and work on a project together. Or even if you just get a phone call
Yeah.
and you want to maybe sit here.
I'm going to sit down.
Right.
This is exhausting.
Right. And often, like, you know, you can rotate it around a little bit so you
Oh,
can
yeah, that's
hide from
good.
the team.
I
Yeah.
like
You can
to-
hide from us. Yeah, you can
can
rotate it all
hide.
around so that you know, we don't see you and you can have that private call. Or if you just need to step aside for a minute.
And what's great about features like these is that they're less formal than a meeting room. You don't
Yeah.
need to book them
And
or
it's
reserve. It's
you
just
can't
kind of
book it,
there,
right? So it's always available, real
Yeah.
easy for somebody to pop in. And
Fantastic.
then we've got the social spaces that are important. So if we go this way, you can kind of see some of the things that our planning team is kind of working on these in this area. But this is kind of the heart of everything.
The
right?
kitchen. It's the heart of the home.
Right, it is. It's the heart of the office, right? So we always have fresh fruit and lots of snacks because we tend to work lots of hours, great coffee, lots of different options for
Essential.
people to be here. And
Yeah.
I think there's some really meaningful conversations that actually happen right here. And after any of the lunch and learns, this is where all the food comes to. So this tends to be a
This is a good
very
place.
popular spot.
I noticed
for people
even
to kind of
here,
come out.
there's enough room that you can be in here and hang out and talk to people. It's not just a place to come and grab a coffee.
In the morning, there's a lot of people that are hanging out in this space.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the news central space where everybody's getting their news or seeing who's new or what's going on in the firm, kind of the social hub of all of the space.
That's great.
This is a space where people can come and have a little bit of a conversation. You feel a little bit more private. You've got lots of acoustical treatments in the ceiling, a little bit of different lightings that are here, lots of access to natural daylight, and lots of areas that you can pin stuff up. So if you kind of want to hide,
Right.
but still like engage with a few other people and
Yeah.
kind of think, this is actually one of my favorite places to
great
come. You
spot.
can kind of hang out here, but you can also kind of see what's going on down
Right,
there,
right.
play Lord of the Manor for
You
a
can
little
be
bit,
part
right?
part of the whole life of the office,
Yeah.
but somewhat
Yeah.
private, kind of
Right,
semi-private.
and so conference rooms and gathering spaces don't have to be the largest rectangular table I can shove into a room with a maximum number of chairs in a tightly confined space. Right, we can get really creative and provide people different opportunities where they don't feel boxed in and they can move and they can fidget, they can pin things up and they can engage.
Yeah.
And this was really designed to help people do that.
Thank you so much, Kay, for showing me around.
No
and
problem,
for
happy to.
Giving us the run of the place. It's fascinating. I've really enjoyed it. So thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, of course. It's a pleasure.
We don't want you to miss an episode, so don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow In the Loop on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you listen to your podcasts. And while you're there, leave us a review and a rating, and don't forget to recommend the show to a fellow commercial real estate geek.